I got to check out Keeper, and it is Double Fine getting weird with Xbox's money, and I am here for it. I got to see 15 minutes of hands-off gameplay of Double Fine's Keeper, and here are my 5 big takeaways from it. First is that the game is inspired by surrealist paintings. You can really feel that in the art design, in the world. It looks bright and poppy, but everything also has like a twist to it. It's all very gnarly looking. It's absolutely gorgeous. My second takeaway in relationship to that last takeaway was this is a chill game, but importantly, they said it's not a cozy game. And I think that's a really important distinction. This game, you're gonna feel relaxed at times when you're playing with it. It's slow paced, but it has something it's gonna wanna say to you. This game has no dialogue and no UI, which gives it a very unique feel. You're very in the world at all times. You feel present. It's also pretty unique for Double Fine, since they're kind of known for their witty writing and comedy. But that doesn't mean that obviously there is no story or characters in this game. It's just all conveyed through the animations and the emotions and just the gorgeous, gorgeous visuals. Speaking of, I suspect this game is gonna make me cry. They didn't say that. I can feel it in my bones that by the end of this game, I will be crying on my couch. And really, at the end of the day, for me, it just feels real damn good to have another Double Fine game. Oh my God, I love Double Fine. I love their games. It's been way too long. I'm so excited to have another one to check out. All right, so let's get into it. I got a 30-minute hands-off presentation from Double Fine's Tim Schafer, who importantly is not actually the creative lead on Keeper. That would be Lee Petty, who has been a major force for Double Fine for the last few decades. He's worked on games like Brutal Legend, Broken Age, Stacking, Headlander. That dude his stank is all over Double Fine stuff. So for this game, interestingly, Tim Schafer said this was the first major game that they have funded, greenlit, since Double Fine was acquired by Xbox, because Psychonauts 2 was already well in development, but when they were acquired. So importantly, when they were coming up with this game, they were like, we have big money now. What do we do with it? We're gonna get weird with it. That's what we're gonna do with it. And Keeper is very, very strange. Basically the premise of the game is it takes place in a post-human world where things have kind of decayed and fallen still. It's peaceful, but it also looks kind of sad. And there is a broken lighthouse, a seemingly perfectly normal lighthouse, and then a bird lands on it at the beginning of the game, and then the lighthouse just suddenly comes to life and grows legs, and then the lighthouse and the bird just start to travel and feel compelled to make their way up to the top of this mountain. That is the lighthouse's destiny, as Tim Schafer put it. That's the game. It just goes from there. It is completely wordless. So it's all expressed through animations, and the animations are incredibly expressive. The bird, who is on your shoulder the whole time, move around. It has sort of a Last Guardian kind of vibe to it, where you have this little companion on you, but you're the big creature this time. So it's reverse Last Guardian. So what do you actually do in this game? Well, you are basically traveling around through this world, this beautiful decaying land, and you're essentially bringing it back to life through your magical lighthouse abilities. The main form of interaction is you control the lighthouse's light, and you can point it at things, and then you can make objects move, or you can tell your bird to go activate a thing. And that's how you solve the game's puzzles, because that's kind of the main mode. There's not I didn't see anything combat. I don't know, so I don't really think that's the thing. It's all about just puzzles and exploration and interactivity. The game has a very slow pace to it that I think is probably not going to be for everyone, but I really loved its vibes. Like you're just going through this environment, taking in your surroundings, like seeing this like beautiful world, and just like playing as this lighthouse. It felt very chill, as they put it, but importantly, not cozy, because it does have that little edge to it. One of the things about this game is that there's a theme of like metamorphosis with the lighthouse and just its characters overall. Obviously, like the lighthouse turning from like a normal lighthouse into a lighthouse with legs, but that kind of theme goes into sort of like the gameplay mechanics and the puzzle solving. So you'll get different abilities throughout the game that kind of change the way you interact with stuff. And they showed us a few examples. One, you kind of walked through this pink, fluffy clouds, and you got almost what looked like cotton candy kind of stuck to the lighthouse, and that let you sort of do this like jump float ability. So it seems like they're kind of like having these different bespoke abilities that you'll have for like a little bit that are kind of like the main mechanic of like a certain area, and they'll kind of move on to a different one. Another example was you were in this village for these like tiny little mechanical creatures with little bicycle wheels for feet. They were very cute, and you're like going through their village, and you interact with this statue in the square, and then suddenly you have the ability to like reverse time, and you like fix this building that has collapsed, and your bird actually like reverts back to an egg, which is very funny. Like some good Double Fine humor. And so it seems like then, okay, well then there's gonna be puzzle mechanics involved around the time manipulations. It kind of reminds me of a Nintendo game in the sense that it's like, we're gonna give you a mechanic, and then that mechanic is gonna be like the main mechanic that we're gonna run through for this whole section, and then we're gonna move on to a different mechanic. Everything I saw has me excited, has me intrigued. One of my favorite things about Double Fine as a studio was their era where they were just pumping out like multiple games a year that were small, that were weird, that were experimental, that was them trying stuff. We haven't had that from a while because Psychonauts 2 was such a big game, and I love that game, but I've been really itching to get back to that Double Fine that just makes smaller, weirder games, and it seems like that's exactly what they're doing with Keeper. So I cannot wait to get my hands on it and play it for myself when I get the chance. And man, I gotta tell you, video games have come a long way since Pac-Man.